Hello everyone, welcome to mvpvishwakosha. Today we are discussing 11th October 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent India-UK defense deal. Okay, recently that during the visit of UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer to India, several defense agreement and steps were announced. Okay, in that first is about missile supply. In that India to procure lightweight multi-role missiles from UK. Okay, the missiles are the same ones being produced from for Ukraine. Okay, and also naval propulsion electric ship engines, that is UK and India to jointly develop collaborate on electric propulsion system or engines for naval ships. Okay, and also the next is for a long term industrial roadmap in defense, a 10-year defense industrial roadmap vision 2035 between India and UK to co-develop complex weapons, jet, warship engines, etc. Okay, here there are many that three main components. Okay, that is missile supply, naval propulsion or that electric ship engines, and also long-term industrial roadmap in defense. Okay, so in this very important that immediate hardware purchase, missile plus future collaborative development. In that it is very important that strategic geopolitical significance, that deepening India-UK strategic partnership and signaling alignment in defense, security domains, technology transfer and security ties, and regional balance and deterrence, and also in policy and industrial economic implication, boost to defense industry and supply chain export potential and diplomacy leverage. All that perspective, make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, all that perspective, it is very important. Okay, that is also that. The lightweight multi-role missile that's from Tales North Ireland, that also deal is an important deal. Okay, so that is about recent that India UK defense deal. Okay, next news that is about recent India Afghanistan that is foreign minister meeting. Okay, that is India and Taliban led Afghanistan, the first high level meeting since 2021 change. Here that Afghanistan Taliban Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi visited New Delhi and held talks with Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. And also this was the first such visit by a Taliban Foreign Minister to India since the Taliban takeover in 2021. And also upgrade of India's diplomatic presence in Afghanistan. Also India announced upgrading its technical mission in Kabul into full-fledged embassy. And also Afghanistan Taliban government also expressed intention to send diplomats, okay, to New Delhi as part of restoring normal diplomatic ties, and also joint statements sovereignty, development, counter-terrorism. And also India reaffirmed its support for Afghanistan's sovereignty, territorial integrity and independence. And also both sides emphasized cooperation in trade, health, education, development and continued humanitarian assistance. And also the Taliban claimed they will not allow Afghan territory to be used to target other countries. Okay, counter-terrorism assurance. Okay, some controversy that during that a press conference in Delhi addressed by Muttaqi, it was reported that women journalists were barred from attending. Okay, that is the issue. Indian Minister of External Affairs later clarified that it had no role in arranging that press meet. Okay, and also that Taliban foreign minister was granted a temporary event travel waiver exemption. Okay. All that perspective, India re-engagement with Taliban, all that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent news, that is India Afghanistan foreign minister meeting. Next news that is about 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, so the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Maria Machado. Okay, so of Venezuela for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. So this was announcement was made on 10th October 2025. The award ceremony will on 10th December 2025 in Oslo, Norway. Okay, the monetary prize that is almost 11.1 million. Okay, Swedish krona. Main reason the Nobel Committee officially press release states that Machado is awarded the Peace Prize for being a brave and committed champion of peace and for demonstrating how democratic tools contribute to peace in context of authoritarianism. And also she is described as one of the most extraordinary example of civilian courage in Latin America in recent times. Okay, and also Machado was barred from the running in the 2024 Venezuelan presidential election under the allegation by Maduro government. Okay, forcing her into hiding. Okay, despite persecution, the Venezuelan government in many state media outlets sought downplay. Okay, other notable points are that the reports of Nobel Institute suspect leaked or espionage before the public announcement of the prize. Also, there was speculation about Donald Trump being a contender for the prize. Okay, Machado dedicated her Nobel Prize for Venezuelan people and also mentioned her gratitude to Trump in terms of decisive support. Okay, so all that perspective, symbolic victory for democracy under authoritarianism and role of civil society and non-violent activism, all that perspective. That is Maria Corina Machado, okay, from Venezuela. The 2025 Nobel Peace Laureate is very, very important. Okay, next news. That is about recent that is agreement between India and Australia on a defense agreement. So here that India and Australia elevated their defense ties through a series of agreement during India Defense Minister Rajnath Singh visit to Australia. Okay, here that mutual submarine rescue support and cooperation. Okay, formal implementation arrangement of submarine rescue operation was signed, and also joint staff talks, that establishment of a forum for joint staff talks between the militaries, its Army, Navy, Air Force to coordinate operation exercise, interoperability, and also information sharing, intelligence, maritime security. That is agreement MOUs to enhance information sharings. Okay, and also year-to-year refueling. Okay, progress towards operationalizing the Australia-India arrangement on air-to-air refueling, and also defense and industry and R&D cooperation, and also military and education training exchange, maritime and operational coordination, and also annual defense minister dialogue. The visit marked the inaugural of Australia-India Defense Minister Dialogue, marking the defense dialogue a regular mechanism. Okay, and also that India and Australia signed 3 defense pact focusing on information sharing, submarine rescue, and joint staff talks. Okay, and also the visit in deepening strategic alignment in the Indo-Pacific and balancing China's influence. Okay, all that perspective, it is very important, strengthening Indo-Pacific posture and balance of power, and also from a strategic affinity to operational collaboration and significant for India's maritime security and diplomatic leverage and credibility among the allies. Okay, so all that perspective, it is very, very important. Okay, so that is about India-Australia Defense Accord. Next news, that is about the 2025 Nobel Prize in Literature. Okay, so the 2025 Nobel Prize in Literature has been awarded to laszlokrasznahorkal. Okay, a Hungarian novelist. Okay, he received the prize for his compelling and visionary novel that in the midst of apocalyptic terror reaffirms the power of art. Okay, that is about that Krasznahorkal and his literacy style. He is known for Dinen's philosophical existential work, often portraying bleak positivism, okay, vision of modern life, okay, apocalyptic, okay, and also his novels often feature long, winding sentence, intense imaginary, and deal with despair, okay, alienation. Some of his notable works, Santango, okay, all that. His work is often placed in Central Europe literacy tradition. Okay, the Nobel laureate receives a medal, diploma, and monetary award. Okay, very important that affirmation of difficult literature, elevate Hungarian, Central European literature, and role of translation and art and that soft power, global recognition. Okay, all that perspective is very, very important. Okay, 2025 Nobel Prize in literature. Okay, that is Laszlo Okay, that is from Hungary. Okay. Next news, that is about recent, that is discovery of young rugged planet. Okay, free floating planet. Okay, astronomers have observed a young rugged planet designated CHA 11077626 undergoing a dramatic growth event by accreting, that is eating surrounding gas and dust, and also that is the distance and location. It is lies about 620 light years from Earth in the constellation Chameleon. Okay, and it is estimated to have mass 5 to 10 times that of Jupiter, and is extremely, that is young, about 1 to 2 million years old. Okay, and also in August 2025 it was observed at at the rate of about 6 billion tons. Okay, and also it is almost that accretion rate ramped up by about eightfold. Okay, it is discovered made using very large telescope in Chile. Okay, and also the event is unusual because of intense accretion. Okay, it's typically associated with the star formation. Okay, not planets. very important. Rogue planets is rogue planets, also called free floating planets or planetary mass objects, are planets that do not orbit any star. Okay, they might from like stars via collapse of gas cloud, but never accumulate enough mass to ignite fusion. And also, they might have formed as planets orbiting a star and then got ejected by gravitational interactions. Okay, and also that is very important that direction observation of planetary aggregation, okay, planet and a blurring of line between stars, planet, brown dwarf planets. So that is about recent, that is okay, planet, that is 11077726, okay, distance 620 light years. Okay. Next news, that is about recent phone calls by PM Modi with Trump and Netanyahu. Okay, PM Modi spoke with that is my friend President Trump and congratulated him on the success of historic Gaza peace plan, and also they also revived progress in trade negotiations between India and the US and agreed to stay in close contact. Modi used the occasion also voice India's diplomatic support for the peaceful process in Gaza. And also in a phone call with Benjamin Netanyahu, PM Modi called Israel PM Netanyahu to congratulate him on the progress under Trump's Gaza peace plan, particularly on hostage release and humanitarian assistance. And also he reaffirmed that terrorism in any form is unacceptable anywhere. As part of reports, Netanyahu paused an security cabinet meeting on Gaza to take Modi's call. This call comes in backdrop of Israel-Hamas conflict with heavy casualty, ongoing negotiation for ceasefire, hostage exchange, and US brokered peace plan. And also significant in India's interest in trade talks with the US, which have seen. Okay, India as a diplomatic actor in global crisis, reinforcing India's stand on terrorism, trade, and diplomatic linkage, soft power, and signaling all that perspective that Modi spoke with Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu is very, very important. Next point, that is about a recent update on pmsuryagharmuftbijliyojana. Okay. Here that public sector banks have sanctioned over 5.79 lakh, okay, loan application under that PM Suryaghar Muft Bijli Yojana amounting to rupees 10,907 crore. Okay, the scheme offers collateral free loan up to 2 lakh, relatively affordable interest rate with the simplified digital process via Jan Samarth portal integrated with PM Suryaghar portal. Okay, some recent enhancement reforms that inclusion of co-applicant to widen eligibility and also removal of capacity-based caps. Okay, and also the aim to encourage more household to install rooftop solar under this scheme, making renewable energy accessible and reducing dependence on grid electricity. And also the scheme PM Surya Muft Bijli Yojana was launched in February 2024 to target residential rooftop solar adaptation with subsidy and free electricity component. Okay, and also in energy transition and decentralization and financial inclusion and access to clean energy and governance, digitalization and monitoring push to that signal to industry market and all that perspective. It is very, very important. Okay, so that is about PM Suryaghar Muft Bijli Yojana, and also that 5.79 lakh plus loan application plus loans sanction total rupees 10,907 crore. Okay. Next news, that is about recent Supreme Court decision on observation on sex education for school children. A bench of Justice Sanjay Kumar and Alok Arde recently noted that sex education should begin at the younger age and not restricted to class 9th onwards. Okay, though the observation came while deciding a bail plea of a 15-year-old juvenile who was accused under IPC section 376 rape, section 506 criminal intimidation, and section 6 of POCSO. Okay, the Supreme Court had earlier directed Uttar Pradesh government to file a affidavit explaining how sex education is currently provided in higher secondary schools. Okay. So in this response statement submitted an affidavit and curriculum sex education. Okay, from that class 9 to 12th the NCERT guidelines. The court found that this is insufficient and asked the authority to apply their mind to take corrective measures. So children are informed earlier about preparatory care, caution changes, etc. The court did not lay down detailed binding roadmap or timeline in its order. It left the matter to the concerned education authorities. Important that social and educational and health significance norms. Okay, and also bridging gaps and interlink with child protection laws and POCSO Act, all that perspective. it is very important. Okay, that is about Supreme Court observation on sex education should begin, okay, before class 9. Okay. Next news, that is about last news, that is 7.5 or 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Philippines. Okay. So a strong offshore earthquake struck near Mandaoc Oriental, southern Mindanao in Philippines. Initial magnitude reading placed it at 7.6, but later estimate revised it to 7.5. Okay, the epicenter was at depth of about 20 kilometers. This event the former part of the doublet earthquake sequence of second earthquake magnitude 6.7 to 6.8 occurred in the same region. Okay, and also tsunami warnings were issued for coast within 300 kilometer of the epicenter. And also that is the Philippines lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it seismically active, right? And also that is the country has experienced magnitude of 6.9 earthquake in Cebu, right? So that is why double earthquake was, and also shallow depth and revised magnitude. Okay, and also that is seismic hazardous and aftershock risk. All that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent earthquake of 7.6, later revised to 7.5 magnitude, Philippines. Okay, that's about 11th October 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exam. Thank you.